Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. And I just want to get into a lesson based upon this article I found on Zero Hedge. So it says, Blackwater founder calling for 5,000 mercenaries to topple Maduro. Now it says, as if the past month of U.S. push for regime change in Venezuela with officials like Elliot Abrams of Iran-Contra conviction infamy at the helm wasn't bizarre enough, things just got weirder as Eric Prince has apparently been pitching a plan around Washington to privatize U.S. coup efforts using his latest Blackwater-inspired mercenary empire. According to Reuters, Prince, the brother of billionaire education secretary Betsy DeVos, who has, over the past years since selling his mired in controversy Blackwater group, now Academy, revived his mercenary empire in China in the form of Frontier Service Group, intends to deploy a private army to topple Venezuela's social president Nicolas Maduro. Because this is Esau's this is Esau MO. This is how he runs things. Problem creates the problem. All right, then gives a reaction. All right, problem, reaction, solution. Okay, and now what Esau Edom does, man. He himself creates the problems, man. He himself creates the problem, man. Because if a country doesn't want to abide by America's rules, all right, then America will just put the squeeze on that country to where they won't allow any other countries to do business or trade with them. Okay, they won't they will make it very hard for that country, man. All right, that's why they have so much sanctions on Venezuela now. Nicolas Maduro, he's actually for the people. He wants to help the people, but there's only so much he can do with all the sanctions, all the heavy sanctions that America puts on him. And that's just like Iran. That's just like Bashar al-Assad over there in Syria. It's the same thing, man. There's no coincidence that as soon as Trump got into office, so-called Bashar al-Assad, he bombed his own people, man. For what? To allow, basically to allow America to stay over there, man, to provide the solution against a so-called terrorist or a terrorist country. Okay? Now it says, as if the past months of U.S. push for regime change in, Slovakia. Did I read this part? Yeah, I read this part. All right, I'm going to go down. It says Price has reportedly sought access to Trump administration officials to whom he's attempting to pitch the whole operation, said to involve some 5,000 soldiers for hire to be used by opposition leader Juan Guaido. According to multiple sources who spoke to Reuters, the controversial private security CEO has sought investments from both Trump supporters and wealthy Venezuela exiles, and reportedly held meetings over the plan as recently as mid-April. It says neither the White House nor Guaido opposition representatives have confirmed they were entertaining such a plan, with the latter denying altogether that Guaido's team had even spoken with the Prince of FSG reps. Reuters sources describe some of the details of proposed Venezuela coup plan as the two sources with direct knowledge of Prince's pitch said it calls for starting with intelligence operations and later deploying 4,000 to 5,000 soldiers for hire from Colombia, which I don't know if brothers know, but they already have, their soldiers over there in Colombia, man, ready to visit, or invade Venezuela, and other Latin American nations to conduct combat and stabilization operations, And here it is, it's through the spirit. I noticed, here it is, now Trump, in this American regime, now they want to push to go in Venezuela once they found out that Russia was over there, man. Because that's basically America's backyard. and they don't want, Russia that close to them, man. That's what started the Cuban Missile Crisis, man. They felt threatened. But here it is, America can be in Russia's backyard, you know? And through the spirit, like I said, I believe this is why America is so, basically more so pushing to get into Venezuela, okay? And, and as I just read, they said that, there weren't no, nothing was basically written in stone yet, but we know how Esau operates, man. And we know through the spirit and we know through the scriptures, which is the mouthpiece of Yahweh Shem Yahushua first and foremost. It tells us that these things are gonna come. It tells us that Third World War is gonna come, that nuclear missiles are gonna get shot off, that the chip is gonna be implemented throughout the whole world. So something has to happen before all these things can go down. All right, and through the spirit, I believe that I believe, me personally, that Esau is gonna implement martial law, all right, and then blame it on Iran, all right, which a story had came out to where they said Hezbollah was over there in Venezuela, man. So they might blame it on Iran or Russia, whoever they blame it on, all right. They're gonna be able to justify themselves to go and invade those countries, man. All right, for peace, or they might even push it to where they have to use martial law, all right, to quarantine the people, because Esau is pushing, they got the new measles virus. Don't forget about the Ebola viruses. Esau's pushing all of this, So however it goes down, which like I said, we know it will go down, all right, best believe that Esau Edom has a hand in it, all right, and this is just one of the many ways. That's why I did, I'm doing this video, because this is just one of the many ways that Esau could use, all right, as a that Esau can use, to start off his agenda, all right, which ultimately he wants to do all of this to create a new world order, a new society. He wants to destroy the old one, all right, to make it, to give light to his new society, all right. And Zero Hedge and stuff like this, they don't speak about these articles on the mainstream media. I wonder why. I wonder why. Now, I just wanted to read a little bit on that and get some precepts. This is Second Ezra chapter 15 verse 1. It says, "Behold, speak down the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord." Revelations 13 and 16. That's considered prophecy, to where Esau Edom, all right, all right, pushes the RFID chip, the mark of the beast. All right, now he's pushing the image, all right, homosexuality, do as thou will, transgenderism, pedophilia, all right. Now he's pushing that, but then he's going to get physical and actually put his mark upon the world, man. And anything Esau does, best believe he starts off doing it subtly, man. All right, and then if you don't want to get with the program, he's just gonna get, he's just gonna go full force. All right, we just read he's about to go full force, man, with those Blackwater troops, bringing them into Venezuela. Because at first they would, basically conditioning or pushing Maduro to step down for Juan Guaido, but of course, he's not gonna do that, man. I believe even Maduro said if they try to overthrow me with a coup, it's gonna be a problem. And best believe, China and Russia, they gonna step in too, because they have invested in Venezuela. So it says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Okay, so these things are faithful and true. Martial law, faithful and true. All right, World War III, to where a lot of these people will be drafted, is faithful and true. Destruction is coming into this place, and hey, it's Lord willing to come through this year. This year being the year of Karagma and all. Something has to happen to where, Esau can speed up the process, because as a brother, the leader of our camp, he always says how America is actually behind Australia and China and so on and so forth, man, as far as pushing the biometrics and the RFID chip. So they have to do something, all right, to basically give them a head start, man, a jump start, Salaki, It says, "Fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee." Okay? So, hey man, this thing's going down, man. People might call us conspiracy nuts or whatever. All right? But if you read the news, all right, if you're some type of vigilant, you'll see that something's about to happen, man. You know, here it is. You have the financial collapse is coming. All right, you have, people in heavy debt. I just seen something on Prison Report that says how you have a lot of people that maybe like in their 30s or mid late 30s or whatever. They're still living at home with their parents because they're in great debt, man. You know, you have poverty stricken areas. That used to be thriving cities, man. San Francisco. I know the brothers out there. They've been did videos on that. San Francisco, over there, in, different parts in California. You know, you know. You see, that's a huge epidemic nowadays. Is the panhandling. All right. So it says, "Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity or disbelief of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." Okay? And the Most High is going to bring famine upon this place. Okay? All right? He's going to, because a famine can come overnight, especially if martial law is implemented. Nobody can come in or out because of a measles or some type of outbreak, man. All right? Which will cause death. All right? Which will cause people to riot because they don't have no food. All right? So that's a sword, famine, death, and destruction. All right? For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Now pedophilia is being pushed in schools, and homosexuals have more and more rights. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So here it is. Esau's, his wickedness is reaching up to the heavens, man. And the Lord is answering that call, man. You keep banging on somebody's door, soon enough, and you're gonna get an answer, but it's not gonna be the answer that you want, man. It's not gonna be the answer you want for the wicked, but for the righteous, it's gonna be for our help. It's gonna be for our help to where, but the wicked is gonna be to their destruction. Because right now, we're catching the hell, man. We're catching the hell, seeing all this wickedness happen, seeing Esau actually prosper in his wickedness. But the scriptures say, fret not at him that prospereth in the way. Something to that extent in Psalms the 73rd chapter. So hey man, according to the scriptures, this place is going down, man. Let's just grab that actually, cause let's see this. That's spirit. I jump right to the point, but I'ma jump up a little bit. Let me see. Psalm 73 and 8. It says, "They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth." And that's their tongue walking through the earth, man. Setting up little fires here, little fires there, little fires here, and then coming back home to America, man. Like everything, what I'm saying, they're the innocent ones. When really they're the ones that's setting these fires ablaze, man. They eat their mouth against it. They set their mouths against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Therefore his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. So now waters of a full cup are wrung out to Babylon, man. Which, hey, this place, they gonna drink of it, man. Because all these things, hey, that's beautiful too, man. Because these things that are happening throughout the rest of the world are gonna come here and then some, man. The scripture say in James the 12th chapter, that this is going to be a time that was never before seen upon earth. Okay, so it says, therefore, his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. And they say, how doth God know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? You know, and they speak, like I said, they speak against the Most High, man, because the Most High is allowing them to prosper. So they feel like the Most High is with them, man, like it says in Psalms 50 and 16. That has thought that I was altogether as one as thee. You know, behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world, they increase in riches. Verily, I have cleansed my heart in vain, and washed my hands in innocency. For all the day long have I been plagued and chastened every morning. Because here it is, you know, we're trying to do right, you know, but righteousness is, you know, demonized, and wickedness is, you know, put on the forefront, you know. So it says, if I say I will speak thus, behold, I should offend against the generation of thy children. When I thought to know this, it was too painful for me. Until I went into the sanctuary of God, then I understood therein. You know, in the sanctuary of God, all right, where the Lord dwelleth, is in these scriptures, man. All right, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures. Then we understood therein. Then we understood, you know, why these things are, what's going on, and what's going to be the end result of what's going on, man. Okay, so hey, man, Esau, like I said, no matter how he does it, you know, we know it's going to be to his destruction. You know, we know it's going to be to his destruction, man. You know, because ultimately the scriptures say World War III is going to come to pass to where they're going to meet the Lord in the valley of Jehoshaphat, and they're going to get destroyed. You know, they're going to meet the Lord down there in the Middle East, which is beautiful, because now they're fighting, you know, over you know, basically it's a big oil war down there, you know, near Iran, man. You know, to where America is pissed off at these other nations for doing business with Iran. All right, but it's like, where else am I gonna get my oil from? You know, hey, man. So this place is falling, and I'm not gonna prolong the lesson. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, you Akim will edify. Shalom to the elect.